Allah is not just the best of creators, Sam. Islam teaches that Allah is also the best of deceivers.
You got it. The best of all who deceivers. Now, just to remind you from a Christian perspective, the greatest deceiver of them all is not Yahweh God. That would be blasphemy. It's Satan.
And that's why this point is on our list, right? This is an
Yeah.
insult to the Almighty. This is an insult to the creator of the universe to say that of all deceivers, it's one thing to say of all creators, God is the best of those who create. To say that of all deceivers, God is the best of those who deceive, that's some scary stuff.
Christian polemicists often argue that according to the Quran, Allah is the best of deceivers and thus, could not have been the God of the Bible. This utterly ludicrous and blasphemous claim is based on their selective reading of a particular word that appears in Surah 354, which says, "The unbelievers plotted and planned, and Allah too planned, and the best of planners is Allah." Firstly, the verse is simply teaching us that Allah deals with disbelievers using the same methods they employ. In other words, Allah gives the disbelievers a taste of their own medicine. This is neither controversial nor scandalous. Secondly, the word in question is the Arabic word that is translated as planners in the verse shown here. Other common English translations of the Quran render that word as schemers, devisers and the like. But Christian polemicists argue that the word in question should only be understood as having to do with deception. They only do so because they are inclined towards deception themselves. Now, it's beyond the scope of this short video to discuss semantics and the etymology of the word involved. Instead, God willing, this video will simply demonstrate how to take the silly argument of the Christian polemicists and turn it against them. All we need to do is remind the Christian polemicists that according to their own Bible, God deceived people. Let us now consider these verses. In Jeremiah 20, God deceives Jeremiah the prophet. In Jeremiah 4, God deceives his own people. In Ezekiel 14:9, God says he deceives prophets. In 1 Kings 22, God sends a lying spirit. In Deuteronomy 28, we read that God can punish people with madness and confusion. In 2 Thessalonians, Paul, the self-professed apostle, writes that God will send delusions and cause people to believe in a lie. Thus, one can just as well argue that the God of the Bible is a deceiver who deceives his own prophets, sends lying spirits, delusions, madness, confusion and causes people to believe in lies. Given all this, it is truly astounding how Christian polemicists think accusing Allah of being a deceiver makes for a clever argument against Islam. Because when they make that accusation, they only demonstrate that they lack the self-awareness to realize that the very same accusation can be made against the God of the Bible. It's as if they can mentally process only one step or perspective at a time. In this scenario, they are to be dismissed as fools. But if they are fully aware of the biblical verses depicting God as a deceiver, but choose to interpret them favorably or rationalize them away, without extending the same leniency to the Quran, they are nothing more than liars and hypocrites, and should be dismissed as such. Or perhaps, the Christian polemicists have been afflicted with confusion and madness, which might explain their bizarre, illogical and irrational behavior.